People love combos in Magic the Gathering, but do you love bad combos? Well, they're the most creative ones. So we're going to look at bad Magic the Gathering combos that actually work. We're going to start off with Christopher B. Junji the Midnight Sky and Conspiracy, choosing any type other than Dragon. Infinite Loop with a sack outlet. So this is a 5-mana 5/5 flying menace creature. Not bad by itself. But when it dies, choose one. Either each opponent discards 2 cards and loses 2 life, or put target non-dragon creature card from a graveyard, could be yours, onto the battlefield under your control. You lose 2 life. Now, Conspiracy is a 5-mana enchantment, and when it comes into play, you got to choose a creature type. Now, Christopher B is suggesting that there are a lot of creature types out there, but we're going to choose one that's not dragon. So we can choose Beeble. Creature cards you own that aren't in play, creature spells you control, and creatures you control are of the chosen type, especially from the graveyard. So what happens is Junji, once it meets its end, once it's over for the Junji creature, we can actually, it can trigger itself. It's supposed to be a non-dragon creature, but you know what Conspiracy says? Well, we name Beeble, right? Well, now when Junji's in the graveyard, it's a Beeble, so we can bring the Junji back to the back onto the battlefield. And if we have a sack outlet, we have infinite ETB triggers. Well, I guess not infinite. I don't know why you need. We're gonna lose 2 life when we do this. So there's a bit of a problem here. So we have up to 10, maybe up to 20, depending how far you want to go. You have a lot of ETB triggers. Neat loop though, love it. Okay, next up, let's take one from Hexenort. Hexenort is Aurelia, the War Leader. This better be bad. And Gossip's Talent. Gossips. On level 2 and 3 matters. Okay, Aurelia, War Leader, 3/4 flying, vigilance, haste creature. And when it attacks for the first time each turn, you get to untap and you get to attack again. But Gossip's Talent, so we got to get to level 2, a 2-mana enchantment. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature with power 3 or less can't be blocked this turn. Okay. So we're going to get in for sure for some damage. Then at level 3, whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may exile it, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Gotcha. So we're going to exile the Aurelia War Leader. Going to come back, and then all of a sudden, it's a new Aurelia War Leader with haste, and we still have an extra attack. I love it. So we get infinite attacks, basically. Lasthian with Emil the Blessed. Boom Mobile. Sounds like those Samsung phones that caught on fire. Kaboom! There's a time that you couldn't even bring those on the airplane. And Kolodin, Triumph. There's a bunch of new cards here. We got these are new bad Magic the Gathering combos hot off the presses. Okay, Emil the Blessed is a 4-mana 4/4. Pay 3, exile another target creature you control, return to the battlefield. And then whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay Selesnya. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on it. If it's a unicorn, you get to put 2+1/+1 counters on it. Ooh, and this is a unicorn. So what do we need to blink something? The Boom Mobile, 4-mana 5/5 vehicle. When it enters, add 4 mana of any one color. That's what the hell are they doing? So it's free? When it enters, add 4 mana of any color. How could they do this? This has a lot of broken potential attached to it. It's got Crew to an Exhaust, 3-mana X, so you can only play this thing once. It's like an adaptability. This vehicle deals X damage to any target. Put a +1/+1 counter on this vehicle. Don't you just get infinite mana with this? So with the 3 mana, you exile another target creature you control. We need probably some way to infinitely turn this into a creature, right? Kolodin, Triumph, Caster. 2 mana, 2/3. Mounts and vehicles you control have haste. Whenever a mount you control enters, it becomes saddled until end of turn. Whenever a vehicle you control enters, it becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. All right, so we solved the mystery. That's perfect. I love it. This is going to enter the battlefield as a creature. We're going to get 4 mana. 3 mana. Blink the stupid thing. Get infinite mana. I actually don't know what you want to do with that infinite mana, but you have infinite mana. Maybe you could have a big X with this exhaust. Deals X damage. Oh, okay. So we actually just one-shot somebody with this. This actually is a good it's a good combo. It's got a lot of jank cards, but it's a good combo. Okay, next up. How about we take a look at... Who's next in line, really? Lewis. Loot. The Pathfinder. The new one coming in Ether Drift. Everyone loves the new... Wow, this is Bad Magic the Gathering combos coming out of Ether Drift. Deadeye Navigator. We have yet another card that combos with Deadeye Navigator. What a surprise. Okay, this is Deadeye Navigator, the 6 mana 5/5 Soul Bonder. And as long as it's paired, you can pay 2 mana to blink a creature. Loot the Pathfinder, a 5 mana 2/4 Beast Noble, double strike, vigilance, and haste. Also, this has a lot of exhaust abilities. So exhaust, add 3 mana of any one color. Pay a blue, tap, draw 3 cards, and then exhaust for a red, tap, loot, deals 3 damage to any target. So as the idea is you just like, we don't, add 3 mana of any color. Oh, it has haste. So because it has haste, we have infinite mana with Deadeye Navigator, right? That's how it works. Because we're going to pay 2, blink our loot, comes back into play. Oh, but we still have to spend a mana on it. So it's just infinite ETBs. So we spend 1, tap, add 3. No. We still net mana. Yeah, so we have infinite mana. Add 3 mana of any one color. So we keep paying 1. So we add 3. Blink. Then with the remaining 1, tap, get another 3. Then blink. Huh? We spend 3. No, I think we're not netting any mana here. Need some way to fix the mana. I think this is okay. I mean, we have infinite blinks if you need infinite ETBs. That will work. It will work, C's. Islarf. Anyway, great combo. Another Deadeye Navigator combo. What a surprise. Zimone, Mystery Unraveler, and Dark Depths. Really? Nobody's suggested that combo before. It must be that bad. All right, Dark Depths. I mean, who doesn't know what Dark Depths does? The legendary Snowland with 10 ice counters, and if you can get rid of all the ice counters, turns into a 2020 black avatar creature with flying. Zimone, what do you do about all this? 4 mana for a 3/3 human wizard, landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, manifest dread. If this is the first time this ability has resolved this turn. Otherwise, you may turn a permanent you control face up. To manifest dread, look at the top 2 cards. Oh, is the idea that we're going to manifest the Dark Depths, and then alternatively, we're just going to turn it face up, and once it turns face up, I don't even got ice counters anymore. They're gone. Look at me. I've broken from the ice. Depths no more. And then all of a sudden, you've got where's my Merit Lage token? A 2020 flying indestructible creature. It's quite amazing. Medicine says Nikachu is a nerd. I have you know that I identify as a geek. Thank you very much. There's a difference between nerds, geeks, and dorks, and I am deeper in the geek realm. And frankly, I think it's cooler anyway. Not that I have anything against the nerds and the dorks, okay? We're all sort of in the same family around here. Nothing wrong with being a nerd and a dork. Okay, Toads. Marvin, Murderous Mimic. Tree of Perdition. This is literally... Tree of Perdition. This is literally I'll have you know, Toads. A deck with this combo won a regional championship. This is too good for this show. Actually, way too good. Okay, Steve Cooper says there's more than one way to skin a kobold on the Discord. All right, so you can absolutely submit cards on the on my Discord. So we're gonna look them up. bad-mtg-combos. It's only if it's 4 more cards. There's more than one way. There's more. Oh, you put then. All right. Step 1. All the listed cards on the battlefield. What? Step 2. Equip Rograth with Shuko. Step 3. Sacrifice Rograth. It gets returned to hand. Free cast it. Shuko pops off since it died before returning to hand. Step 4. Loop Rograth sacking for infinite mana. We did it, guys. We broke Rograth, Shuko, and Phyrexian Altar. I don't get it. Maybe you get it. I don't really get it. And the whole point of the Discord is you can post the pictures over there too, you know. Okay, Benjamin Berkeley, Scurry Oak. Okay, whatever. It's you've neutered like an incredibly powerful combo, as far as I can see this. Oops. Hey Roy. Soul Warden, and you want Heliod. Sun Crowned. Oh, I'm getting lag. IRL lag. Okay, Scurry Oak, 3 mana, 1/2, evolve. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on your Scurry Oak, you get a 1/1 green squirrely. Soul Warden says whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. So ideally, whenever you get a counter, you're going to get a creature. When you get a creature, you're going to get that life. What are you going to do with that life? Well, Heliod has something to do with that life, because when you regain life, you can put a counter on something. You know, a creature. You can put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or enchantment you control. That makes no sense. Why are we putting +1/+1 counters on enchantments? I know some of them can be creatures, but like, still. But anyway, the +1/+1 counter goes to the Scurry Oak, which makes a creature, which is going to give us a token, which is going to gain us the life to make more. You know, you get the idea. We're going to have infinite creatures and infinite life around here. And infinite squirrels. Toads loves the squirrels. That's a Bad Magic the Gathering combo for you. Okay, Jay Thompson, the Millennium Calendar. Spelling this wrong. Millennium Calendar, and all will be one. The calendar, I don't remember what this is. It's the 1 mana legendary artifact. Whenever you untap 1 or more permanents during your untap step, yeah, you put that many time counters on the Millennium Calendar. 2 mana tap, double the number of time counters on the Millennium Calendar. And when there are 1,000 more, you don't exactly win the game, but you get to sack it, and each opponent loses 1,000 life. It's a lot of life loss. And then all will be one says 5 mana enchantment. Whenever you put 1 or more counters on a permanent, all be one deals that much damage to target opponent, creature an opponent controls, or planeswalker an opponent controls. Screw, what is it? 1,000? I don't need 1,000 counters anymore. This is creative. Oh, this is amazing. A great idea for a combo. A 10 out of 10 design. Who needs 1,000? I just need 100. And these two work together. Yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, let's not wait for 1,000. I'm going to skip a few steps. So we're going to break out Nikachu's calculator. How long is this going to take? Starts with 1 times 2 times 2 times 2 times, what are we at? 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 at 7. Oh no, how much life do we start in Commander? Yeah, 7. And it's 7 doubles, and it's over. 7 doubles, they cannot survive, and they never will. Oh, the cards you were talking about were above the explanation? You said you wanted every card, right? You wanted every single card. Oh, yeah, you wanted Cole the Forge Master. What? Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, if it was enchanted or equipped, return it to its owner's hand. Creature tokens you control that are enchanted or equipped get +1/+1. Then apparently you're being really creative here with this Rograth, son of Roga, the 0 mana 0/1, first strike, trample, and menace partner creature. Ugh, I hate that card. Shuko, 1 mana equipment. Equip for 0. It gets +1/+0. And then what? Phyrexian Altar to sacrifice this. Sacrifice a creature, add 1 mana of any color. So what was the idea? Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, if it was enchanted or equipped, return it to its owner's hand, which you can play for free. Oh yeah. That's how we're going infinite around here. That's how we're going infinite. Okay, not Toads wants redemption. 9 lives. Witch's Oven. These are like literally a bunch of tier 0 cards or tier 1 cards. So I looked up Witch's Over. Oh, Witch's Over. Witch's Oven and Cauldron Familiar. Cat Treat combo. Okay, but you're doing it uniquely. Okay, 9 lives is hexproof enchantment. If a source would deal damage to you, prevent that damage and put an incarnation counter on your 9 lives. When there are 9 or more incarnation counters on 9 lives, exile it. And when it leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. I don't understand. Why are we playing with this card? Whenever a source would deal damage to you, prevent that damage, put an incarnation counter on it. When there are 9 or more incarnation counters. I don't understand why we have 9 lives in this thing. Because this sacks a creature. What's the combo with this? Oh, 9 lives familiar. Wait, hold on. Okay, we'll put that at the end. 9 lives familiar. That's an actual cat. It's a black cat. 15 years bad luck if it walks across you. Okay, 3 mana for a 1/1. This creature enters with 8 revival counters on it if you cast it. When this creature dies, if it had a revival counter on it, return it to the battlefield with 1 fewer revival counter on it at the beginning of the next end step. So you get like a lot of cats out of this. So I have a question. Why don't we just use 2 Cauldron Familiars? Don't they just bounce off of each other? Hold on. Does this get to untap anything? When this creature dies without a revival counter, it returns to the battlefield with 1 fewer. Kind of looks like Chubby Meatball. Yeah, except it's darker than Chubby Meatball. Chubby Meatball being my gray cat. Where's Chubby Meatball? Is Chubby Meatball beside me? No. She doesn't like to hang out when I'm streaming. I'm too loud. She likes it when it's quiet. Okay, moving on. We have super chats. I better not be ignoring these things because, hey, it pays to be part of the show. Okay, we got Paces Fan Forever with Wall of Shards and Tainted Remedy. I've seen Tainted Remedy many times, but not with Wall of Shards. This is a 3-mana enchantment. If an opponent would gain life, that player loses that much life instead. So life gain, it burns. And Wall of Shards, the 2-mana 1/8. Ah! You've been saving that one. We've seen Wall of Shards quite a few times on this show. I have a feeling you've been saving it just for this day. Yeah, cumulative upkeep. An opponent gains 1 life. Oh, no, wait a minute. It's an opponent gains 1 life, not you. So what, you have to give this to somebody? If an opponent would gain life... Oh, no, yeah, oh, yeah, okay, we do want them to gain... That is such a weird card, Tainted Remedy. It's when an opponent gains life, they lose that life. And Wall of Shards says when they gain life, they lose life. This is absolutely fantastic combo. Perfect. Jack is like, yo, that combo is in my Life Burns deck. It should be, too. Weird Life Burns deck, given that it has to... I mean, maybe it's a Mardu deck. These are Orzhov colors. Okay, next we've got... okay, that was a super chat. We have to go back to the common people here with Bulky, Kudzu, and Radiant Performer. Radiant Performer. Starting with Kudzu, 3-mana aura, enchanting a land. When enchanted land becomes tapped, you blow it up, you destroy it. Sayonara. One-time use. No recycling around here. That land's controller attaches Kudzu to a land of their choice. So it's going to go somewhere else. What does that have to do with Radiant Performer? 5 mana for a 2/2 human wizard with flash. Enters the battlefield. If you cast it from your hand, choose target spell or ability that targets only a single permanent player. Okay, that has to do with the Kudzu. Cast from hand, choose target spell or ability that targets only... Okay, so you play Kudzu on the stack? Copy that spell or ability for each other permanent... Oh my god, our player that spell could target. Each copy targets a different one of those permanents and players. What? So basically, go Kudzo or Kudzu, target your land. A hold priority though. All right, I'm not done yet. I'm gonna cast Radiant Performer. That means I get a copy of Kudzu. That's gonna target all your other lands, and they're all completely screwed. Pro 6, welcome. Pretty neat combo. Very original. Jack Solaris. Infinite Landfall. Just post on the combo to the Discord with a small explanation. I appreciate it. Okay, let's go to the Discord. Infinite Landfall. I have to say, that is not a very unique, what's it called? Thing to search up. Okay, Infinite Landfall. Tap Atlas, put Treva's Ruins in and bounce a land. Untap Atlas with Retreat. Tap at so hold on, we got Atlas. Tap Atlas. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. And then put the ruins. Oh yeah, put the bounce land in. Huh? Well, let's read all the cards. Retreat to Coral Helm. So we have Landfall. You may tap or untap target creature, scry 1. We have Treva's Ruins. Oh, when it enters the battlefield, sack it unless you return a non-layer land you control to your owner's hand. We have apparently a Simic Growth Chamber as well. Lotus Cobra for extra mana. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, you get to add 1 mana. And then you have Akum Helkite. I guess that's how we're going to win with this thing. 6 mana for a 4/4 dragon with flying. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Akum Helkite deals 1 damage to any target. If that land is a mountain, however, Akum Helkite deals 2 damage to that permanent or player instead. Is this a mountain? It's not even a mountain. Where's our mountains here? So the idea is tap Atlas to put Treva's Ruins in play. Then we're going to bounce a land. Untap the Atlas with Retreat. Retreat to Coral Helm lets us untap our Atlas. So we're going to retap our Atlas to put Simic Growth Chamber in play to bring this thing back, and we have infinite bouncing lands. We're going to keep bouncing all day, all night. We can do this all day, and they get infinite landfall triggers. Very convoluted we didn't need the last 2, I guess, but it works. It actually black, green, and white. I try to stay alive long enough by gaining life until I get tainted. Oh, you're talking about your last combo. Okay, next up. Just my own clips. Spelunking. Cosmium Confluence. And Cavernous Maw. A goofy combo in my cave deck right now. The Caves. Spelunking, a 3-mana enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, you get to draw a card. But then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. And if you put a cave onto the battlefield, you're going to gain 4 life. Lands you control enter the battlefield untapped. Okay, next. Cosmium Confluence, 5-mana sorcery. Choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. I don't know exactly which of these we're going to be using. Let's just use all 3 then. Search your library for a cave card, put it onto the battlefield tapped. Put 3 +1/+1 counters on a cave you control. It becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It's still land or destroy an enchantment. And the last card, Cavernous Maw. I guess this is what we're looking for. Pay 2. Cavernous Maw becomes a 3/3 elemental creature until end of turn. It's still a cave land. Activate only if the number of other caves you control plus the number of cave cards in your graveyard is 3 or greater. I don't understand this combo. I don't think I understand this thing. Rob M, just wanted to say how great the show idea. I enjoy seeing all the ideas out there. Thank you so much. I appreciate hearing that, Rob. We do this for the community and everyone who likes jank. The jank stuff out there. Does anyone know what this combo does? Does this combo off? For a cave card, you can put 3 counters, you can destroy something. So this cavern comes into play untapped, I guess. Okay, you can create Cavernous Maw or make it a 3/3 in base, then buff to 6/6, even on an opponent's turn. Oh, okay. My expectations were higher than that, but okay, you know what? It's called bad combos that actually work. It's more like I mean, I guess it's a combo. Why not? Next up, super chat from Abated Monk. Thank you very much for your wonderful super chat. Bishop Wings. So how many? We have Bishop, of Wings, Righteous Valkyrie. These are all like competitive cards. Righteous Valkyrie. I'll say what's not in those competitive decks. Maskwood Nexus. This is like competitive Magic meets Commander. This smorgasbord of cards. Bishop of Wings. 2 mana, 1/4. If an angel enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 4 life. Whenever an angel you control dies, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. And then when Righteous Valkyrie comes into play, you gain the 4 life. But when Righteous Valkyrie enters, whenever another angel or cleric enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. And as long as you have 7 life more than your starting life total, creatures you control get +2/+2. And guess what? Everything in your deck is probably going to be an angel because you're going to play Maskwood Nexus. And creatures you control are every creature type. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. And you can make angels. You can make angels that are going to be born into power, really. They're going to be out of control. Okay, next, let's... okay, Godless Mac says, Nikachu, how about Pilla-Palla, Paradise Mantle, and Training Grounds? Pilla-Palla. I've heard of all those cards. I've never heard them in that combination. What is lagging this so much? Okay, is it Pilly? I think it's Pilly-Palla. I know my Pilly-Pallas. It is Pilly-Palla. Paradise Mantle, I know that one. And Training Grounds. Oh, they reprinted Training Grounds so many times. At one point, this card had no reprints. Now it's all the reprints. Pilly-Palla. 2 mana, untap it. So it means it needs to be tapped. You can untap it, and you can add 1 mana to your mana pool. Paradise Mantle, you get to tap, add 1 mana. And see, here's the thing. Combined, you can tap your Pilly-Palla, add a mana, but we're missing a mana. We need 1 more mana to untap the Pilly-Palla. That's where Training Grounds comes from. Activated abilities of creatures you control cost 2 less to activate. This effect can't reduce the mana in that cost to less than 1 mana. So you get infinite tapping and untapping. You actually don't do anything, right? So in the end, this ability costs 1, and you're going to pay 1 to untap it. So you just keep tapping and untapping it thanks to Training Grounds. Infinite go nowhere. Infinitely. Okay, next up. Who has no combo yet? John. Maha and Ether Flash. In a flash, in a jiffy. Oops. Looked up the whole thing as if it was 1 card. Maha, It Feathers Night. I'm sure that's... And then Ether Flash. Maha, It Feathers Night is a 5 mana 6/5 elemental bird with flying and trample, and also with ward you discard a card. Creatures your opponents control have the base toughness of 1. They be small around here. Everything's small compared to a Maha. And an Ether Flash is a 4 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature comes into play, Ether Flash deals 2 damage to it. Well, that really sucks for all my opponent's creatures now, isn't it? Can't even survive 2 damage. You can't even survive 1 damage. I'm going to deal 2 to them. Even if you have an Anthem on the board, they're all going to get smoked around here. No Training Grounds does, so it costs 1. Yeah, it costs 1, right? Let's get back here. Activate abilities of creatures you control cost 2 less to activate. So 2, but it can't cost less than... This effect can't reduce the mana in that cost to less than 1 mana. So it has to be at least 1. So you're going to pay 1... So you can you can go from like 10 to 1 effectively if you had enough training grounds out here. You make 2 mana. Oh, I actually missed that. I forgot Pilla-Palla makes mana. So Pilla-Palla be making mana. Our Paradise Mantle be making mana. All right, we actually net mana. We do have infinite mana out of this. Cool. And you know where else we have infinite pain? This is not infinite mana, but we have infinite pain with the Maha, It Feathers Night, and Ether Flash. It's a very simple combo. Simple, painful lock. Your opponents will absolutely hate you.
God, please, no.
All right, we're going to look at way more terrible Magic the Gathering combos, but actually work. Even work better than I even think they work. But we do have to thank our sponsor today, FusionGamingOnline.com. Ether Drift is out hot and heavy. If you want to play them bad Magic the Gathering Ether Drift combos, can we see that properly? You're going to want to pre-order them cards from FusionGamingOnline.com, right? You got to hot singles ready to be shipped to your area. Even if they're not from your area, they'll find their way there. Fusion Gaming ships, I believe, worldwide, except maybe to Antarctica. Also, don't forget that they do have a weekly deal of the week. Deal of the week this week is save 20% off all your sleeves. Sometimes it's sleeves, sometimes it's deck boxes, sometimes it's certain singles. Got to keep an eye out for the deal of the week every single week, because even in addition to the deal of the week, you can get more discounts with coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. I love playing on Magic Online, the digital platform to play all your favorite paper formats, where it would be Commander, 101 Commander, Pioneer, Modern, Standard, Legacy, Vintage. Should I say more? And then if you want to play all the decks in all formats, you can rent them with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 40% cash back on your third month subscription with coupon code Nikachu_AGS. And all right, back to the crazy combos, crazy terrible combos. Okay, who have we not got yet? Scraffle can't handle the bad combos. Yeah, what I hope it's doing good on stream. I'm lagging like crazy here. We got JDY Heron, Ral, Storm, Conduit, and Fury Storm. Ral, Storm, Conduit. It is a Storm combo. Is it? And you want Fury Storm. As long as you've cast your commander once, you can repeatedly make Fury Storm copies, which can target the original Fury Storm. Really? Let's start by reading this card. 4 mana instant. When you cast the spell, copy it for each time you've cast your commander from the command zone this game. You may choose new targets for the copy. Copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. A little confusing. Railstorm Conduit says whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, it deals 1 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Can we just keep copying? The idea is we keep copying Fury Storm or something? How does this work? As long as you've cast your commander once, you can repeatedly make Fury Storm copies which target the original Fury Storm. Oh, I see. And then so the idea is you keep making one that copies the original, and normally it would just go nowhere. But in the case of Ral, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, it deals 1 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Before you know it, your opponent's over. All your opponents are over. Not to be confused with the hot singles on Mana Traders. Hot singles everywhere. Hot singles competing for your money. Sounds so wrong. Okay, next up, let's take a look at Pedgeman. Alter is too many cards. If you want to submit that, you have to be on the Discord. Okay, Dinglebag. Thrumming Stone. Remember, 4 or more cards, Discord. You gotta be prepared. Same thing as the custom card show. Just give a title, and I'll look for it. Thrumming Stone into what? Into relentless rats. Okay, I'm not. This is a bad combo, but it's too well known. I mean, this is it's a sort of, I guess it's just a bad I don't even know if it's been shown on this show before. So it is a bad combo, but it's a little too popular. It's a 5 mana legendary artifact. Spells you cast have Ripple 4. And the deal is in your commander deck, you can have as many copies of Relentless Rats as you want. So when you play one, you're going to end up rippling them all onto the battlefield. Better be low on land count, that's all. Oh, it's 3 cards. I just posted 2 combos. Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't willing to read. Okay, I'll go back to you then. We're going to go back. Altar of Dementia. Ooh, it's original. /sarcasm. Samwise the Stout-Hearted and Rata Drabic of Urborg. Oops. Samwise the Stout-Hearted Rata Drabic of Urborg. Sack Sam to alter to get token copy of the token ETB makes it legendary again. Sack repeat. What? Okay, we all know what I hope we all know what alter does. You get to sack a creature, and is it just a sack outlet? Target player puts the number of cards from the top equal to the sack creature's power from the top of their library into the graveyard. Oh, maybe we're milling someone out. Radadrabic says other zombies control vigilance. Whenever another legendary creature you control dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary, and it's a 2/2 black zombie creature token in addition to its other colors. Never another legend, but then it doesn't become legendary. So when Samwise comes into play, Flash, when Samwise enters the battlefield, choose up to one target permanent card in your graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn. Return it to your hand. Oh, wait a minute. Then the ring tempts you. Return it to your hand. How do we loop this? I thought it was going to come back from the battlefield. Sack Sam to get alter, get a token of the token. ETB makes it legendary again. No, it doesn't. How does this work? I thought it was going to be that other Sam. There's like, isn't there like another Sam that enters the battlefield? The ring tempting you makes the ring bear. Oh! Okay. The ring tempting you you're a legend. You put the ring on. You put the ring on and you become a legend all of a sudden. They will know who I am. I'm the ring bearer. Okay, cool combo. It had layers. It had a lot of layers to that combo. Jack, in a pay-to-win mood today, I see. Okay, we're going to cast False Cure. Oops. And our Aria of Flame. Aria of Flame. In the same turn, that's 20 life lost for each opponent. If you have Warlock class at... I gotta look up Warlock class at level 3, that's 40 life. So we have Warlock class at the beginning of your end step. Each opponent loses life equal to the life they lost this turn. So how do you want to work with this? Aria Flame gives the opponent 10 life, but whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a verse counter on Aria Flame, then it deals damage equal to the number of verse counters on it to target player or planeswalker. Now, how does it False Cure? Until end of turn, whenever a player gains life, that player loses 2 life for each 1 life they gained. So they can lose 20. So you gain 10, lose 20, but then they only go down to 10, right? At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life they lost this turn. Well, okay, that they will certainly be dead after that. 100%. So whatever they gained, they say lost a bunch of life, so they lose 20 from False Cure, and then they'll lose the rest from the Warlock class. We have Positron with some testimonials. I have a friend who runs Radadrabic as his commander. He drew every single legendary he has on a separate clean paper to make copies. Unbelievable. It'll happen, though. Okay, just a random Sasquatch. Phyrexian Altar. And Gravecrawler with any Storm deck. Well, to be honest, I don't know if I've ever seen Gravecrawler and Phyrexian Altar in the same place before. But you still need another zombie. Black 2/1, can't block, but when you can cast this card from your graveyard as long as you control one zombie. Phyrexian Altar, sack a creature, add 1 mana of any color. So what is the point? Oh yeah, you have infinite cast spells, also infinite ETBs. Keep bringing them Gravecrawlers back from the graveyard. You can't keep a good Gravecrawler down. Pyronkeer with Proteus Staff. By the way, the trick is to make sure you copy your combo and then paste it every 45 seconds. Creatures that don't start as such. What does that mean? Creatures that don't start as such. Veil of Birds as combo was used with Goblin Charbelcher to stack the deck. What, back in the day? These days, you don't need to stack your deck. You can there's enough cards out there that let you just play with non-lands to activate your Goblin Charbelcher, because you reveal cards from the top of your deck until you find a land card, and then you shoot your opponent for as much damage as the cards revealed. But you just don't play with any lands. Simple as that. So how did you do it the old-fashioned way? Protea Staff, 3 mana. For a 3 mana activated ability, tap. Put target creature on the bottom of its owner's library. That creature's controller reveals cards on the top of their library until they reveal a creature card. The player puts that card into play and the rest on the bottom of their library in any order. Okay, so I guess the idea is don't play with any creatures. So you stacked your deck. Then what does Veil of Birds do? Whenever one of your opponents successfully casts a spell, Veil of Birds is an enchantment. Veil of Birds becomes a 1/1 creature with flying that counts as a bird. That makes no sense to me. I have no idea why Veil of Birds is in this, but I understand the Goblin, Charbelcher, and Protea Staff setup. It's a very jank way to get it online, though, or get it off. Okay, next up. Who is next up? Who has no combo yet? Marco with Ghost Ruin. Those ghosts always ruining my day. Retreat to Coral Helm and 1 singular planes. For infinite landfall. Is it? Okay, let's go back. We're going to go back to the beginning. Ghost Ruin, 3 mana for a 1/1 spirit. Pay a white, tap, exile target land you control, then return to the battlefield under your control. Oh, and then when the land enters the battlefield, you can untap your creature, which then can... And you've exiled the land, so the land is fresh again. All right, that definitely works. Infinite landfall, baby. That's how it works around here. We got 215. Okay, we got, was it Vati? Never heard of him. Can't find him either. And Tree of Perdition. Tree of Perdition. Okay, Tree of Perdition. 4 mana, 0/13 with Defender. Tap, exchange target opponent's life total with the creature's toughness. Not very impressive, though, when you have 13 toughness. But Vati Ildal says, tap, until end of turn, target creature has base power and toughness 1, which means you are going to 1. I like it. We have another Tree of Perdition combo. More combos, the better for Tree of Perdition. We got Toilet Duck. Okay, the Eternal What is this? The Eternal Wanderer. +1 to exile Fear of Change. Never be afraid of change. Exile Eternal Scourge. Eternal Scourge. To pay for Fear's ETB, then recast Scourge from exile to use it for Fear. What the hell is this? Okay, so we're going to use +1 here. Okay, no more than 1 creature can attack Eternal Wanderer each turn. That's okay. +1, exile up to 1 target artifact or creature. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of that player's next end step. So we're going to target Fear of Change, you said? Exile, return Fear of Change. 2 mana for a 2/3. When this creature enters or dies, exile another creature you control. If you do, conjure a duplicate of a random creature card with mana value X onto the battlefield, where X is 2 plus the exiled creature's mana value. So when this enters the battlefield, to pay for the Fear's exile, we're going to exile Eternal Scourge. What? To pay for the Fear's something? Oh yeah, for the we don't pay anything here. It just happens. Okay, we're paying, and then we recast Scourge from exile to force it to use it for the Fear's ETB again when repeating the combo. Huh? Okay, I got a little lost here. Do we have infinite creatures or something? Exile up to 1 target creature. Return that creature. Play the beginning of that player's next end step. When it enters or dies, exile another creature you control. We're going to exile Eternal Scourge. When it becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls... Oh, only an opponent controls exile Eternal Scourge. But we can cast it from exile. Exile another creature you control if you do. So we exile it, we conjure a duplicate, goes to the battlefield. And we only get a... No, sorry. We get a duplicate of a random creature card with mana value X onto the battlefield. I don't even know what that means. Okay, I have no idea what this thing means. If you can give more details, we'll further look into it. But I'm going to move on here. And I'm going to move on to... Who's going to get something here? Triox. Luminous Brood Moth. Earthbind. And Wrath of God. God saw what we were doing and wasn't quite happy. Is there like a better version of this? Okay, we'll read them one by one. Luminous Brood Moth. 4 mana for a 3/4 insect flying. Whenever a creature you control without flying dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it. All of a sudden, you can fly. Now, Earthbind, I'm not going to read the ancient scripture. I think it's a bunch of trash. It's an enchant creature. When Earthbind enters, if enchanted creature has flying, Earthbind deals 2 damage to that creature, and Earthbind gains enchanted creature loses flying. Oh, weird. So then you go Wrath, and then whenever creature control without flying dies, returns to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it. But what about the first one? Like, how does Luminous Broodmoth come back? If cast on a flying Earthbind, remove... Oh, no. Oh, we're putting Earthbind on Luminous Broodmoth. I get it. Okay. I get it. Moves flying and does 2 damage to target creature. This creature... But the Earthbind doesn't... I don't get it. Okay, yeah. Broodmoth is going to lose flying. But then when it dies, Earthbind disappears. Like, that's how I'm seeing it here. Works once, I guess. Well, in my opinion, that doesn't really work. I suppose you're using Earthbind as like a weird undying effect, I suppose. Yeah, not an infinite combo, because if the Earthbind was like just a global enchantment, this works. But because it's an enchant creature, because it's an aura, it goes on and then it's gonna fall off the moment it dies. Anyway. Earthbind only has to work once. You are forcing Wrath to be one-sided. But you're like saving one creature. Oh no, you're saving all of them, are you? Oh, okay. You know what? You know what? I can get behind that. It's okay. The combo is that it's a one-sided Wrath. Okay, it's a bad one-sided Wrath. We worked really hard, but it does work. Funny enough, Jess. Okay, we want Captain America. I've been meaning to get like an American sound effect, like dun 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 dun. Okay, we want grafted skeleton. There's so many references to America in Magic. Even Jeskai, Excalibur. Equip both, throw the sword. It's as simple as that, huh? Captain America! It's the closest I got here. 3 mana for a 4/4 human soldier hero. Throw for 3 mana unattached equipment from Captain America. He deals damage equal to that equipment's mana value divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 targets. Catch. At the beginning of combat on your turn, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to Captain America. Oops, I'm lost. I'm lagging out here. Grafted exoskeleton. 4 mana. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has infect. Oh god. Whenever grafted exoskeleton becomes unattached from a permanent, sacrifice that permanent and also equip for 2. Excalibur Sword of Eden is a 12 mana legendary artifact equipment. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of historic permanents you control. And equipped creature gets +10/+0 and has vigilance. Oh, so I guess the idea is we're going to fling an infected sword at someone to one-shot them to death, if I understand this correctly. Hopefully I understood that one correctly. Okay, I'll get to you, Jack. I think I'll get to you maybe at near the end of the show. You love your super chats. I'm gonna try to get in as many people before the time runs out. We got old boy, Karn, Silver, Golem, Voltaic Construct, and Basalt Monolith. Okay, how is this gonna work here? Karn Silver Golem. 5 mana. Whenever becomes blocked, gets -4/+4. Okay, pay 1 mana. Target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature with power and toughness, each equal to its converted mana cost until end of turn. Ooh, okay, Voltaic Construct. 2/2, pay 2, untap target artifact creature. And Basalt Monolith. You shall become an artifact creature. Yes, become animated. Great tower. And we can untap. I can untap you for 2 mana, which means you can create infinite mana. No longer are you dirtling around back and forth for nothing. We can actually make infinite mana out of you. Elixir with a super chat. Teysa, Orzhov Sign, and Sleight of Mind, +3 creatures. Teysa, Orzhov, Scion, Sleight of Mind. Cool. Okay, Teysa, Orzhov Sign, a 3 mana 2/3. Sacrifice 3 white creatures, exile target creature. Yeah, that's the three flesh bodies are for, huh? Exile target creature. Whenever another black creature you control dies, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Then Sleight of Mind. Change the text of target permanent or spell by replacing all instances of one color word with another. So what are we switching here? 3 white creatures, exile target creature. Whenever another black creature you control dies, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Whenever another black creature you control dies. Oh, I see. So we're going to want to change whenever another white creature you control dies, which are the ones that we are sacrificing. We're going to get a 1/1 white spirit creature token, so we can continuously keep exiling target creatures. Cool combo. All required is 3 random creatures to sacrifice, and it worked perfectly. Okay, next. Kondo has Ruby Scepter in the Discord. To the Discord! To the Discord! I'm on my way. Where's the Discord? Here's the Discord. Ruby Scepter. What the hell is this? You have cards here. All right. So, okay, first it's going to consist of Ruby Medallion, Rings of Bright Hearth, Isochron Scepter. It's going to include Return the Favor. What is Return the Favor? 2 mana with Spree, +1. Pay 1. Sorry, whatever. +1 mana. Copy target instant spell, sorcery spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. Then also +1. Change the target of target spell or ability with a single target. I feel that's like a very blue card. And then Grape Shot. Okay, so how does this work? First, step 1. Activate Isochron Scepter. Ability goes on the stack. Bright Hearth's ability triggers and resolves. Copying the ability on the stack. Ability copy resolves, copies Favor card, and allows casting it for 0 mana cost. Cast Favor on first mode. Medallion reduces spree cost to 0. Does it? Favor resolves, copying the original activated ability from step 1. Steps 3 and 5 repeat themselves for infinite storm count, and then you cast your Grape Shot. I am going to just hope. I'm just going to pray that all worked. I'm going to pray that all worked out. And I'm going to pray that was like a legitimate thing you could do. I am not verifying that. Okay, anyone who else does not have a combo yet today? My first account from 2008. Sorry. Says, cast a kicked maddening cacophony, then an Eldritch Pact. Both on target opponent. Well, I would assume so. Okay, step 1. Kicked Maddening Cacophony. It's going to be 6 mana with a kicker. Each opponent mills 8 cards, but if the spell was kicked, instead, each opponent mills half their library rounded up. All right, that's one half. How are we going to get rid of the other half? The Eldritch Pact. For 7 mana, it's a sorcery. Target player draws X cards and loses X life, where X is the number of cards in their graveyard. So you can do this on separate turns. Step 1. Turn 6. Maddening Cacophony, and then Eldritch Pact on the following turn. Gotta mill him. Mill him good. Geyer is like 11 mana combo. Lich and repay in kind. The Lich. Calculating Lich. There you go. Lich and then repay in kind. Okay, 4 mana for an enchantment. As Lich enters the battlefield, you lose life equal to your life total. You don't lose the game for having 0 or less life. If you would gain life, draw that many cards instead. Whenever you're dealt damage, sacrifice that many non-token permanents. If you can't, you lose the game. And when it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you lose the game. Repaying kind for 7 mana, sorcery. Each player's life total becomes the lowest life total among all players. Each player's life total becomes the lowest life total. Hold on. Each player's life total becomes the lowest life total among all players. Oh, hold on. Whoa. There was 11 mana Oh, I thought you meant... Okay, how does this work? You don't lose the game for having 0 less life. Ah, we go to nothing. So I decide I'm going to 0. And guess what? You're all coming with me. It works. Why is the custom card... Oh, so... oops, sorry. Yeah, when I switch to this screen to go to the Discord, because we always go to the Discord. Here, if it bothers you. There, it's gone now. Yeah, when we go to the Discord, I have the that's my custom card scene on OBS. Yeah, don't worry. It doesn't cost that much money. It's just $2. Or whatever lets you text something. I said Lich instead of Leech. Well, it looks like Leech to me. Lich doesn't sound right. Leech. Okay, who else doesn't have a combo? Looking for people 0. There's some people out there. There's some people from some countries, they don't get any combo. Maybe we got everyone today. Okay, if we got everyone today, we might as well look at Jack's combo. Jack loves the combo. Okay, Godhead of Awe. And Knight of Soul's Betrayal. Not trying to pay to win, just like sharing my jank combos. I build decks around. You know what? I am a huge fan of you paying to win around here. And sharing. And sharing your jank. Okay, this is Godhead of Awe, 5 mana for a 4/4. All other creatures are 1/1s. And what does Knight of Soul's Betrayal do? All creatures are 1/1s. It's going to be a graveyard. Comes into play, it's dead. There's nothing you can do about it. This is really a mana-intensive card. You need like 5 white or 5 blue. You got to be super deep into Orzhov to cast this entire thing. Positron says combos ruin the immersion of EDH for not being random enough. I don't know anyway. Don't know any. You know, there's a lot of situations in Commander where they're just hold on, I don't think I did Whale of Darkness. All right, there's a lot of situations in Magic you just accidentally end up in a combo. So Guy Drone Dihada, first ability, and Radiant Performer. Cool. So what's the deal? Okay, so this is going to copy the spell that targets something. What does the Gaedrone Dihada have anything to do with that? Protection from permanents with corruption counters. +1, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Put a corruption counter on up to one other target creature or planeswalker. -3, gain control of target creature. Did it copy abilities? You cast it from your hand. Choose target spell or ability that targets only a single permanent or player. Ah, so we are going to swipe, I guess, all their stuff. Gain control of target creature or planeswalker until end of turn. Untap it and put a corruption counter on it. It gains haste until end of turn. So you're just gonna steal all their creatures and attack them for the win. Who did we know? Did I get one from you, Bryce? We're gonna get you, Bryce. Red Shift Rocketeer. Red Shift Rocketeer. And Excalibur. Excalibur and Sword of Eden. Did we get that? Sword of Eden. Oh no, hold on. This is, oh, sorry. That it's the same card. Oops. Okay, Red Shift Rocketeer Chief. It's a 2-mana 2/3 Goblin Pilot. That's a new one from Ether Drift. Vigilance. Tap. Add X mana of any one color where X is Red Shift's power. Spend this mana only to activate abilities. And then it's got Exhaust for 12 mana. That's a lot of mana. Put any number of permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. So a one-sided show and tell. Excalibur, Sword of Eden. The spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of historic permanents you control. Equip creatures get +10/+10 and have Vigilance. Equip legendary creature for 2 mana. Gets +10/+10 and has Vigilance. Oh, I see. So we're going to... That's how we're going to get the power. We get bigger. And then all of a sudden, we're going to add a lot of mana. How much mana? +10/+10. That means we're going to add 12. That's exactly the amount of mana we need to exhaust and put... who knows what we want onto the battlefield. Who knows what. Let's get one more from Leston because I accidentally clicked on your card, on your combo. So I feel bad when I click on people's cards and then I just ignore them. Not that I meant to ignore it, but I meant to click on somebody else. Terror of the Peaks. Darian, King of Keldor. And Wisp Drinker. Wisp Drinker Vampire. Terror of the Peaks, 5 mana, 5/4 flyer. Spells your opponents cast that target Terror of the Peaks costs 3 life to cast. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Terror of the Peaks deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. Darian says whenever you're dealt damage, you may create that many 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. So wait, can you like deal damage to yourself? Then you'll get those tokens to maybe deal more damage to yourself or deal damage to someone else. Then Whisper Drinker Vampire. Whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life. You gain 1 life. So you can keep dealing damage to yourself all day. Keep making them tokens because you're not really going to take that much damage because you're going to gain the life back plus deal damage to your opponents anyway. That's I think that's pretty sweet. All right, Alexa, thank you very much for your super chat. Triv Redemption. Near-death experience. And Godhead of Awe. Again, this card. People love this card. This is a fan favorite. 4/4, all other creatures are 1/1s. Near-death experience at the beginning of your upkeep. If you have exactly 1 life, you're going to win the game. I don't make the rules. I just follow them. Then Tree of Redemption. Defender. Exchange your life total. Tree of Redemption's toughness. So, well, that is... Is it even on color? Not... I think it's sort of. No, not really. Okay, so all the creatures are 1/1s. So this is a 1/1. So you become a 1/1. Which means you have a near-death experience to win the game. What a funny way to win the game. Polarity. Thank you very much for your super chat. Enter the Infinite and... I've never seen that combo with Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. Enter the Infinite. And Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. Jay says, if you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game instead. Enter the Infinite says, draw cards equal to the number of cards in your library. Then put a card from your hand on top of your library. You have no maximum hand size until your next turn. We have 1 card left. So +1. Target player puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. Draw a card. So that 1 card I put on top of my deck, it's gone. And I am absolutely victorious. Benovsky keeps the show going with a Seer, Gwyn, and Colossus Hammer. Unstoppable, you say. Is it? Seer, Gwyn. And Colossus Hammer. Okay, Colossus Hammer, the 1 mana equipment that makes your stuff 10/10s, but they also lose flying. Also, it has an equip of 8. Seer Gwyn, Hero of Ashvale, a 6 mana 5/5 with Vigilance and Menace. Whenever an equipped creature you control attacks, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Oh, but equipment you control have equipped Knight of 0. Gwyn is a knight. This costs nothing. It's free. So your opponent is going to go headed straight to Pound Town. You get to draw a card too, which is super great. And that's it. Thank you so much, everyone, for your great, awful combos. I think, actually, not going to lie, maybe best bad combo show we've ever done. A lot of really unique and original ideas. Maybe partially because of Aether Drift. And if you want to be part of the show, you got to be here 3 p.m. Central Standard Time on weekdays. Thanks, everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And, of course, thank you so much for everyone's suggestions, because where would this show be without your combo ideas? Combos coming from Christopher B., Bryce, Toads, Pozertron. We got Benjamin Berkeley, Kano, we got Ketchup, Steve Cooper, Leslie, and Bonobsky. We got Ellis. We have Leslie and Old Boy. What is a show without Old Boy? Or Spectral Maniac. So these are my coffee crew. Keep brewing them coffees, and we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.